It's another great night for hockey in South Bend, where we're set for round 2 of a Big Ten series between the 5th-ranked Wisconsin Badgers and the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. And with that, we say hello, everybody, and welcome inside the Compton Family Ice Arena. Alongside Steve Conroy, I'm Connor Klingen. Steve, the 2 top goaltenders in the country in terms of save percentage with Kyle McClellan and Ryan Bischel, and they lived up to that billing last night.
They certainly did. It was a masterclass in goaltending, whether it was the timely saves, whether it was the way they played the puck. Calm, cool, and collected, both of those guys. Wouldn't be surprised if it was another low-scoring, tight game.
And with it being the type of tight game that it was last night, special teams were very important on both sides.
An old coach of mine, Badger Bob Johnson, once told me, you win your special teams, you play even 5-on-5, you're going to win the majority of your hockey games. And it was the Irish on the penalty kill who struck in that second period to tie the game. Watch Paul Fisher jumping up on the play, kind of makes it an odd man rush. The great pass to Janicki, and then Hunter Strand, his third of the year, right time, right place. That's a shorthanded goal, so we've got an even hockey game. What happens a little later? Well, it's the special teams again, but for Wisconsin on the power play. Heads up play here by Owen Lindmark. Gets it to Stramel, jumps off his stick right away. You see a little bit of a miscommunication by Notre Dame. 2 guys down low. That leaves Stramel wide open. He gives them the go-ahead goal, but an opportunity for the Fighting Irish, a 5-minute major. 5 minutes of power play time. They just couldn't get anything going. Wisconsin did a great job of making saves, blocking shots, maybe some mishandling on the puck from the Notre Dame point of view. So if they want to get better, I think tonight they've got to shoot the puck a lot more.
Badgers' penalty kill has been fantastic, over 91% on the year. How can Notre Dame get that power play going?
Well, you know, I mentioned earlier they got to shoot the puck, but first is puck movement. You know, when you win it in the offensive zone, it's got to be 1 or 2 passes, and then get pucks to the net. The other thing they didn't do a real good job of either was getting in front of McClellan. For the most part, his night was relatively easy. I think for the Wisconsin Badgers, I talked to Mike Hastings, their head coach, wasn't crazy about their game. He said they can play a lot better. Carson Bantle, a big forward for them, jumps back in the lineup. Look for them to be a little more physical.
Badgers are looking to push it to a 9-game winning streak. It would be their longest since the 1989-90 season, while Notre Dame hopes for a split. Puck drop is coming up next. Welcome back to South Bend, just about ready for puck drop, and there you see the 2 goaltenders, really the 2 stars of their respective teams. Kyle McClellan, fantastic last night with 33 saves, including 13 in the 3rd period.
Yeah, he stops 33 of 34 shots, so he has a .971 save percentage. McClellan was a big difference maker in that game. And Ryan Bischel, the loss certainly wasn't on him. He stopped 28 of 29. His rebound control was outstanding. He plays the puck maybe better than any goalie I've seen this year in college hockey. So should be in for another great goaltending duel tonight.
Those will be the top 2 contenders for the Big Ten Goaltender of the Year, which Ryan Bischel took home last year. McClellan has certainly stated his case throughout the season. And the opening faceoff, one back to Notre Dame, at least initially, and we are underway in Game 2 of this series from South Bend.
We had good pace to the game last night. The one thing I was impressed with early in the hockey game for Notre Dame was the way they advanced the puck out of their own zone. Wisconsin, known as a heavy forechecking team, they get on you in a hurry, and there's the newest Wisconsin Badger in the lineup. He was sick last night, Carson Bantle, 6'5", 210 pounds. Watch for him to get on the body on the forecheck.
Yeah, big to have him back, 10 points on the year for Bantle. Teams with their respective second lines out there to get this one started. And then Ali as Kerr with a shot, and a save made by Bischel early on. Drew Bavaro up ahead for Grant Silanoff. A 2-1 win last night, the 8th straight for Wisconsin, but it was the first of that streak that they didn't win by 3 or more goals.
It was a close hockey game when you think about it. Notre Dame with a 5-minute major with 5 minutes to go, and they just couldn't muster up anything. They could have possibly tied the game, gotten a little bit of momentum, but the power play came up empty.
Big time missed opportunity for Notre Dame as this one gets in on McClellan, and he'll freeze the puck.
Landon Slaggert, I thought, played a very strong hockey game yesterday. You saw his speed, you saw his awareness on the ice. Unfortunately, ended up with no shots. And in order for Notre Dame to win hockey games, and we've seen it in the past, if he doesn't get his shots, if he doesn't get his points, Fighting Irish aren't going to win.
12 goals, as you see, still top 10 in the country. far and away leading this Notre Dame team, as there's a save by McClellan on Plusinski. Back for Sedum, and now here's Cilia. Here's Lucius, points leader for the Badgers, plays it around. Palatichuk as it's out in front of the crease. Joe Palatichuk picked up that game misconduct in the third period that led to that 5-minute major. As here's Cilia, quickly puts it in front. Bishel had to get a piece of it to stop it.
Well, you know what? That was a tough save, Connor. That went off the skate of Sedum. Sedum tried to block it. He redirected it, and a great adjustment there from Ryan Bishel. Makes the pad save look easy. That's a tough one.
On the near side boards, Vorlicki, Wisconsin captain, as that one's deflected high out of play.
And Ryan Bishel makes his first save of the night. And Jeff Jackson, you know, I think he was happy with the effort for the most part. The one turning point we mentioned, the special team, that 5-minute major. I went back and watched just 2 shots, and you see his Hall of Fame numbers, 584 career wins. That leads all active coaches. Of course, some of those spent with Lake Superior
State, yeah. Up in the UP. Here's Vorlicki. Tied up in front. Whitelaw had it for a moment. Now here comes Trevor Janicki the other way for Notre Dame. Dumps it down where Ali gives chase. Broken stick out there for Wisconsin. Vorlicki's going to have to play without his. Mastro Domenico with a shot. McClellan made the save. Rebounds loose. And the Badgers bring it the other way into the neutral zone. Down the ice where Mastro Domenico tries to chase it down. Whitelaw's there as well. Those two get tangled up.
Mastro Domenico looking for a penalty. Whitelaw just grabbed his hip and tried to spin him a little bit. Mastro Domenico went down, but no call in the play. Down to the other end. Great idea by the defenseman. Just get it on net. You realize one of their guys without a stick. Unfortunately, that rebound just came out of reach of all 3 forwards who were in the area.
Michael Mastro Domenico scored his first career goal last weekend against Augustana as this puck goes out of play.
Well, Mastro Domenico was very good last night too. He ends up with 4 shots on the night, which led all make that 3 shots on the night, which led all defensemen from the back end. And he's the one who put it on net. Now he realizes the defenseman doesn't have a stick. That's Vorlicki in front. Unfortunately, can't quite get to the rebound. Good job by Whitelaw to come down deep and help out in front.
Hunter Strand with a face-off win for Notre Dame. This will go for icing.
You'll see this a lot in college hockey, especially after a fast-paced game the night before, kind of end-to-end action. This game has a choppy start. We're 3 minutes in. I think we're already at 5 face-offs. So Mike Hastings, that's fine when you're on the road. You know what? You want to play an ugly game? And I had an opportunity to talk to him before the game, Connor, and he thinks his team can play a lot better. Yeah, they got the win. Yes, it's 8 consecutive wins in a row, something they haven't done since 2000. But he thinks they're capable of a lot more.
And that was a great Badger team 23 years ago. Danny Heatley, 5-time NHL All-Star, part of that team. Ended up losing to Boston College in the regional final.
Well, it's funny, if they make it 9 tonight, they win tonight, it'll be 9 consecutive, something they haven't done since 1990. And that team did go on to win the national championship. Look out.
Oh, and here's an opportunity. Right in behind the net. Poked away for a moment from Horbach. And now played out, nobody there for the Badgers. It'll go all the way down to McClellan.
Horbach had an excellent opportunity there. That is a sneaky good save by Ryan Bishel. I think Horbach was trying to just put it in the back door. Just kind of tuck it in as he skated by the post. And Bishel said no.
Lucius had it poked away. Jaden Davis couldn't corral the puck. And Lucius plays it further for D. St. Found. Now Davis backhands it ahead in behind McClellan. The Badgers bring it to the neutral zone with Cilia. And Cilia takes a big shot there from Plusinski.
Cilia's a big body too. He scored a lot of goals last year at 23, but he's heavy on the puck. Good job there by Plusinski.
Very experienced college hockey player at his third school. Started his college career at Clarkson, then at Minnesota State with Mike Hastings, and came over to the Badgers. And you and Tony talked about last night how he's trying to get that scoring going after 23 goals last year. And the shot percentage has been down this year with Wisconsin. So here's Anthony Karen behind.
I think when guys change programs, and you mentioned he was at Minnesota State last year, new surroundings, you got to get used to the campus, the players, and I think that set him back just a little bit. But last weekend picked up a couple of goals, and Mike Hastings thinks he's well on his way to finding that scoring touch again.
Wouldn't be surprised to see it. And this is a Badgers team that has had very balanced scoring. Here's an opportunity, Whitelaw, and he scores. Wisconsin strikes first.
Whitelaw had 6 shots last night against Notre Dame, and that one, a turnover by Jake Boltman, one he'd like to have back. Now, he's got his head up, tries to go up the middle, though he did not see Whitelaw right there. Almost looked like they were changing on the Notre Dame bench, and that's a perfectly placed shot. I mean, it beats his glove, but it's just inside the post. Watch where it goes. It hits the post. And if that's another quarter inch to the left as we look at it, probably bounces right back out. 7th goal of the year for Whitelaw. And I mentioned, really noticed him last night. 6 shots. He was all over the ice, and he's on the score sheet to start this game.
You know, Steve, that's probably a sound as a shooter you sometimes hate to hear, but when it's barred down, that's a beautiful sound right into the net. Just a perfect shot and a collision there. McClellan.
That was Grant Silenoff.
Yeah,
you know, he threw the brakes on and lost his edge, and he took out the goaltender.
Staying in the slot, taken away there by Ali. Seems like McClellan's all right. We were watching actually in warm-ups. It looks like he may have cut his hand a bit, but he's staying out there. Seems like he's off to a good start so far. He's been able to stop the 3 shots that Notre Dame has sent his way.
Yeah, maybe we'll get an opportunity to look at that. A lot of times, especially with your blocker, a goalie will get their finger pinched against the stick. You know, if it gets up under the waffle of the blocker, that hurts, because, you know, you've basically got a mitt on. And this happened, and Tony, I think that Connor, you picked that up. It was a cut, and I'm sure there's a little bit of swelling there. He's getting taped. And listen, once the game starts and your adrenaline's flowing, you don't feel that anymore. But at the time, it hurts. And this could have been real ugly.
Yeah.
And then you see Silenoff losing his balance. And fortunately, McClellan fell right on top of him, kind of helped break his fall. So seems like both players okay.
Mitchell got a piece of that shot to direct it wide. Justin Janicki along the near side. Notre Dame tries to work it onto their own end. Pass taken away by Bantle near center ice. Right back to Notre Dame. His pass over for Strand, and the save made by McClellan. Maddox Fleming with a great feed there to Strand, who was looking for his 2nd goal of the series.
Yeah, I really liked his game last night where he scored shorthanded. He had 4 shots in the game, but that's just a sweet setup from behind the net.
Carpenter lost that one, and McClellan will freeze it.
Well, the best opportunity thus far for Notre Dame comes off the stick of Hunter Strand. Real nice job in behind the net, Maddox Fleming. He faked everyone out, really. But you see how Wisconsin defends? Nobody was chasing Fleming. They realized all the dangerous guys are in front of the net. We saw 4 red jerseys within about 5 feet of their netminder. They really collapse and make it tough in the house.
The same foul. Plays it around in behind. Now Lodge gets to it down low. Cilia with a pass out for Kerr at the point, and a save made by Bischel as that goes out of play.
Well, we talk about the importance of scoring first goals in the game, and you look what Wisconsin's done this year. They're a perfect 14-0-0 when getting the game's first tally. Notre Dame, not bad either, 7-0-2. So Wisconsin gets that first goal. And I think especially on the road, that really helps. You know, it gets your bench going, and Mike Hastings knows it. maybe takes the crowd out of it a little bit. But I'll tell you what, really impressed with the crowd here at Compton Family Ice Arena. Another sellout.
Two great crowds. And that's actually with another event going on across the street. Duke basketball in town at Purcell Pavilion. So credit to the South Bend community coming out tonight.
And Paul Cartier doing a great job on the organ. The fans getting into it. Paul Cartier will be our special guest between periods. He is the longtime New York Islander organist. And there you see some of the people. It is announced as a sellout. Maybe some late arrivals. You know, the basketball game starts after this game,
yeah,
right?
6 o'clock. So they might be dealing with a little bit of the traffic in the parking lot. And it's actually sort of a shared parking lot between the basketball arena and the hockey arena here at Notre Dame.
If you're ever in the South Bend area, you've got to come and visit this campus. My wife and I went for a jog today, obviously by the Golden Dome, but the Basilica at St. Mary's Cathedral, unbelievable church. And of course, the sports facilities, Compton Family Ice Arena, and the football stadium. Just, and that doesn't happen very often, but it does happen. And one of the fans here, that errant puck got him in the head. Looks like he's cut, possibly. I hope he's okay.
Yeah, hopefully he's all right. Always have to be careful with the flying puck, as there's a shot by Tassi and a save by Bischel. Tassi with a good look there, the leading goal scorer for Wisconsin. There's Whitelaw at the first tally for the Badgers. Up ahead for Tassi. Stick towards the corner by Bischel. Off to the head and big collision there.
Well, another break and play. Again, choppy beginning to this hockey game. And if you're the Fighting Irish, you know, you're not coming out quite as cleanly as you did last night. They spent very little time in their own zone early. Early in this game, they've had a couple of turnovers. One ended up in the back of their net. And Ryan Bischel, the busier of the netminders, he's seen 7 shots here in the first 8.5 minutes.
Here's Seedham, a Harvard graduate transfer, in behind the net. What an addition he's been to this Notre Dame team, especially mentoring some of those younger defensemen.
Yeah, talking to Jeff Jackson earlier this week, he said he's really helped with the breakout. He noticed, he said, we're a better puck possession team because of Ryan Seedham, and part of that is the way he breaks pucks out.
And over for Fleming. Near the goal line, try to get it back for Seedham there. Taken away by Lucius. Lucius working the right side, has Cilia with him. Lays it back and a goal. D. St. Phal makes it 2-0 Badgers.
Turnover in the offensive zone. They're trying to get the pass back to Seedham right here. Fleming, it gets picked off. Seedham has to back up. It's not a 2-on-1. It becomes a 3-on-2. And watch the late man. And that's a real good job by Cruz. I think originally he wanted to pass it to the streaking player in front. That was Cilia. Instead, he finds the trailer, D. St. Phal. And that one gets through Ryan Bischel. Not sure if it was deflected or not, but it goes 5-hole. It gets through the netminder, and D. St. Phal last year, it seemed like was against the Fighting Irish. D. St. Phal had big games.
He led the Badgers with 13 goals last year, and he's made it 2-0. And you know, 2-0 is always a tough hole in the first period, but especially against this Badgers team that allows 1.5 goals per game.
Well, that's the thing. They know how to shut it down. And they're the type of team, too, that, you know, they're smart about protecting a lead. They don't have to chase the next goal. They're going to wait for you to make mistakes. They're going to wait for you to open up a little bit. And they're going to take advantage that way.
Mastro Domenico. Up ahead, Jaden Davis near center ice. And Notre Dame getting a change.
Like Jaden Davis's game last night. Not only effective, you know, in an offensive role, he won 6 of his 7 faceoffs. I mean, that's really strong against a great faceoff team in Wisconsin.
And both these teams over 54% on the season at the faceoff time. That's an offside play there for Notre Dame. And that will send us to our first break. It's been quite the start for Wisconsin. The Badgers, after winning last night, they have the first 2 goals tonight. 2-0 Badgers. Welcome back to the Compton Family Ice Arena, and Mike Hastings has done a remarkable job turning around this Wisconsin team, and he's done it before, of course, at Minnesota State. Took a team with a losing record, led them to 24 wins in his first season.
Well, it's impressive there with Wisconsin. 13 wins all of last year. They're at 17 already. They still have another 15 games to play, so yeah, they are going to be one of the top 10 top teams in the Big Ten. And I asked him about that culture change, and he said, you know, it's about accountability. He said it's a great buzzword, but and I love the way he phrased it. He said, when you hold players accountable, are they going to spit the bit? You know, are they going to give up on you? And he said he has had a great response from each and every one of these student athletes. Justin Janicki there just broke his stick off the faceoff. So, you know, a lot of duels happen in the faceoff dot and away from where they're dropping the puck. And he and Horvath, you know if we can get a wide enough look at, but watch how they jostle. And there you see them off to the left side. And oh, that was a stick that went into the soft tissue area of the opposing player.
Oh boy, big hit near the Wisconsin bench as well. Start to see the physicality ramp up. Tends to happen in the second night of a series. It's Justin Janicki along the left side. Now Bavaro with a shot stopped by McClellan.
I thought this line was really effective last night. They ended up with 8 shots, which as a line was the most shots of any of the lines. Talking about Janicki, Justin Janicki, Hunter Strand, and Maddox Fleming. Oh. I believe this is going against the Fighting Irish. I could be wrong.
First penalty coming of the night.
Now the player was kind of pushed into the net. The net comes off its moorings. That could be a dangerous play. Patrick Moynihan.
Notre Dame, number 18, minor penalty for interference.
Interference on Moynihan. Now he took the forward hard into the net. Watch the battle. And right there. And maybe Tassi, I mean, he's a strong kid, but maybe he just lost his legs a little easier than he normally would. No, I take that back. He actually tried to avoid contact. He threw the brakes on, and that just knocked him down. So Notre Dame, I think that Wisconsin did score on the power play last night. Let's see what they can do tonight.
That was a game-winning goal by Charlie Stramel. Made the difference in the third period. Chance to really take a commanding lead in this one for the Badgers. Lucius back to the point for Dexheimer. And a pass block there, and Slaggert dumps it down to the other end.
Well, the Irish had some look shorthanded. Of course, they did score the shorthanded goal late in the second period, but they had a breakaway shorthanded. Landon Slaggert with an opportunity. I think he surprised some of these Badger defensemen with his speed.
And for Strand with that shorthanded goal last night, that was the first shorthanded goal of the season for Notre Dame. Dexheimer is able to keep it in.
Trevor Janicki's got to get that down. He's on his backhand, but you got to find a way to get it all the way down the ice.
Down low, Bantle to the other side. D. St. Val strikes again. His second goal of the night. It's 3-0.
Well, that's what happened when you should have a clear. You've got some guys who are tired out there, and I know he's on his backhand, but you got to get that puck down the ice. And watch Bantle in front. We mentioned he didn't play last night. He's 6'5", 210 pounds. That's a sweet pass. I mean, everyone thinks he's taking it to the hoop himself. He skates backwards, but he knows he's going to pass. He puts it right between the legs of Plusinski. And D. St. Val, his second of this game, scores this one on the power play, and they have a commanding 3-0 lead.
Matthew D. St. Val came into this game with 5 goals on the season, and of course we mentioned he led the Badgers in goals last year. If he really starts heating up, watch out, and watch out for this shot rising high there from Charlie Stramel.
Look, Connor, all 3 goals that Wisconsin scored was on the stick of a Fighting Irish player, and they give it away and it ends up in their net.
Carter Slaggert, and Notre Dame responds. A much needed goal for the freshman. His second of the season.
Well, this fourth line for Notre Dame brings a lot of energy. They brought energy last night, and they might have got their team back into this hockey game. Simple breakout, speed wide. Good job by Tyler Carpenter to take the hit, give the puck to Carter Slaggert, and that is a perfectly placed shot. Boy, there wasn't a lot of room up there. Short side from this angle, up over that right shoulder of McClellan. Off the post and in. And that's a great, gritty goal for Notre Dame.
I've already seen more goals tonight in less than 13 minutes than we saw all of last night.
It's that low-scoring game we talked about in the open.
Of course. Just what we expected. Domenico brings it over the line. Back for Trevor Janicki. Twists around, cross ice pass. Now Mastro Domenico. There's a Badger without a stick in the slot. Ali, it's redirected wide. Now Seedham. Back for Ali. Mastro Domenico whiffed on the one-timer. Dumped down there for Silanoff. Silanoff back for Seedham. Mastro Domenico with the shot. That went wide off a skate. Now Janicki near the goal line. Long shift here for Wisconsin. Janicki with the shot. Hit a body out in front. I think it went right off of Grant Silanoff.
That allows all 5 Badger players to get off the ice.
Much needed change for Wisconsin. Slaggert right in front. Ali, and the save by McClellan. A number of chances for the Irish after going down 3-0. They had the goal, but here comes Wisconsin with Tassi. Their leading goal scorer, Bischel, stops him.
That's an old school poke check. 2-pad stack by Ryan Bischel. And he timed it perfectly. You're taking a big chance here, but he makes the stop down at the other end. Boy, this game has turned on a dime. A number of good opportunities here for the Fighting Irish. Carter Slaggert gets up on this third line. He gets it towards the net again, and then down the other end. Watch the bouncing puck in behind the defenders, and that's on Tassi. The poke check, the 2-pad stack, the excellent save by Ryan Bischel. And what started out as kind of a slow, choppy hockey game has turned into a track meet.
It really has. And not what we would expect from these two teams. Great chances on both sides. You know, these are two teams that play very disciplined defensive systems. As Celia's shot was blocked and went up high off the glass. Lucius working in behind the net. St. Foul. Now Vorlicki, and we've got a penalty coming.
Good call. St. Foul ran a pick on Landon Slaggert. Kind of stepped into him. It's interference all day long, and the referee was right there.
Wisconsin, number 12, minor penalty for interference.
Interference, and you see Slaggert and St. Foul. Yeah, he was trying to get in his way. That created time and space for Vorlicki, but they go to a box and a real big power play here for the Irish.
See if Notre Dame can get the power play going. They were 0 for 3 last night. Here's Moynihan. Seedham on the left side. Down further, Moynihan. Here the faceoff dot. His shot just goes wide. Back for Seedham. Moynihan again. Badgers got to stick to it. Now Knuble with a nice pass for Strand. He got tripped up. Now Moynihan right back for Slaggert. Seedham. Moynihan again. McClellan with the save.
Like the puck retrievals here. They're getting shots, but they're getting the puck back.
Slaggert over to Strand. Seedham at the point. Back to Strand. Seedham into traffic. And Notre Dame unable to keep the zone.
It's too bad. You had some tired penalty killers out there almost a minute. And now they change, and the second unit power play comes out for the Irish.
Well, that power play to start looked quite a bit better than it did on that 5-minute major last night in the third period.
Yeah, I like that shoot first mentality, but the puck retrievals were key. Every time they shot the puck, they got it back.
Janicki back for Fisher. Fisher angles it for Bavaro. Across the ice they go. That shot didn't get through. And the Badgers clear it down to Ryan Bishop.
One thing Wisconsin really did well on their penalty kill, especially that 5-minute major, was block some shots. And Anthony Kerr, who's out there right now, number 24, blocked 3 on that 5-minute major. And that was a turning point in the hockey game.
And the Badgers have been fantastic offside here, but nearly 92% on the penalty kill this season for Wisconsin.
Well, and there's Kerr right now, Anthony, and you've got to have good goaltending, but you also have to have guys willing to sacrifice their body, and that's what Anthony Kerr's done. And he's really moved up in this lineup. After their training camp broke, he was penciled in as the 8th defenseman, and he has slowly moved his way up the lineup, and right now the #1 pairing with Daniel Latch.
Out a save by McClellan, rebound is wide. Silanoff keeps the zone. And that shot goes high off the stick of Paul Fisher as the Badgers are back to full strength.
11 shots now for the Irish. One point it was 7-2 in favor of Wisconsin, so they've really evened things up here in the shot department.
St. Foul had it taken away. Ali back at center ice. Lofted into the zone. Ali giving chase. Kerr ahead for Tassi. Now some speed the other way. Mastro Domenico able to take Tyson Dick off the puck. They will tie up along the far side boards. Now it's played back, and Whistle has a lot of pushing and shoving there. Mastro Domenico.
I think that's Tassi that he's tied up with, and I think both players are going to be going. I like the fact earlier Mastro Domenico had an opportunity to really hurt a player, but he saw the numbers, so he let up a little bit, and that was smart.
Notre Dame #4 and Wisconsin #11, both 2 minutes for roughing.
Roughing is the call for both players, so we'll see a little more open ice. It'll be 4-on-4 hockey, but Mastro Domenico let up on that hit, but then did get into it with Tassi. And the tussling back and forth gets both players minor penalties for roughing. And when you've got skill like Landon Slaggert and speed and this open ice, watch out. Number 19 thrives in a situation like this.
He's got the puck right now. Knuble behind the net. Takes a shot there from Dexheimer. Here's Whitelaw, who scored the first goal of the night. It's it back there for Watch. And his shot blocked high over the glass.
Talked about Daniel Watch a lot last night. I thought he had a real strong game. Just 21 years of age. The draft pick of the Pittsburgh Penguins. Ended up with 3 shots, but I just love the way he uses his stick. You know, he's a big body, obviously, at 6'5", but he's got the long stick, the long reach, and he just kills a lot of plays with that stick.
He was the most outstanding defenseman at the Quick Trip Holiday Face-Off last weekend over in Milwaukee. Badgers winning both of those games 3-0.
Really improved his skating. It's something the radio people in Wisconsin were telling me. Brian does a fantastic job with the Badger radio, and he said his skating has improved immeasurably from last year.
Nearly poked away by Janicki. Here is Lotch. Over across for Lucius. I'm not sure he was ready for that pass. Went off his skate. Under a minute left on the 4-on-4. Cilia. Finding some room. And here comes a delayed penalty. Lucius tried to bank it home.
What a stop, though. Ryan Bischel poked his stick out, stopped a sure goal. Yeah, there's going to be a penalty, but Bischel stopped a goal.
Here's Lucius now, and there's another goal for the Badgers. Zach Scholl's on the doorstep.
Well, with the delayed penalty, the Badgers get an extra man on the ice, so it was like, well, it was a 5-on-4. And they took advantage of it. They found the open man at Scholl's. There's the penalty, and that's the stop. That diving stop by Ryan Bischel stopped a sure goal right there on Lucius. But with the delayed penalty, Wisconsin wisely gets a 5th man on, so you see 5 red jerseys and that perfect pass from Lucius to a wide open Scholl's, the defenseman I'm gonna take that back. Scholl's, yeah, the defenseman who'd slid down is unchecked. He's got a wide open cage. And the penalty still stands, so we see 4-on-3 hockey.
5-on-3, yeah, 4-on-3 rather, until the other penalty expires, but an opportunity 4-on-3 for Notre Dame coming the other way.
A couple of good skaters out there. Dexheimer and Bantle both got back on Knuble.
Bantle whipped on a pass and a shot that rises up high. 14 seconds left on the 4-on-3, but when that penalty expires on Tassi, be quite the advantage. Go to 5-on-4 rather. But Wisconsin, that's a difference. You know, obviously most people watching big college hockey fans, but that's a difference between the NHL and college hockey. If you score on a delayed penalty, the penalty still stands and it'll still be enforced.
Yeah, I like that. And you know, you're getting a bit of an advantage with the delayed call because you can throw a guy on the ice, but even though you score, yeah, the penalty still holds, it stands, and you're down a man.
Here's Dexheimer along the right side. D. St. Phal already with 2 goals tonight. Now Lucius. For Dexheimer. And Dexheimer's shot redirected high. The first penalty for both teams expired, so just a traditional 5-on-4 here. Over a minute of it for Wisconsin. That shot blocked out front. Lucius in the corner. Notre Dame unable to clear the zone. Cilia on the right side. David Cilia. The shot went off the stick of Tassi over the crossbar. Now Lucius, and Bischel swallows it up.
Good job by Ryan Bischel. Real important that you don't allow a rebound there. You've got a big man, Simon Tassi, in front, so you've got to deal with him. But if there is a rebound, Tassi's going to jump all over it. And I know he's given up 4 goals on 11 shots, but you can't really fault Ryan Bischel for many of those. A number of turnovers by the Fighting Irish, a couple power play goals. And this Wisconsin team right now really feeling it.
Lindmark wins the faceoff. Back for Palatichuk. Now Lindmark across the ice. That went wide. Under 10 seconds left of the period. Lusinski tied up there in the corner along with Bantle. And a pass out front. That'll do it for the first period. A much different story than last night. 5 total goals, but 4 of them coming from the Wisconsin Badgers. Steve, your thoughts on this first period?
Well, impressive if you're a Wisconsin Badger fan. If you're a Notre Dame fan, it's all about puck management. You turn the puck over, it's going to end up in the back of your net, and unfortunately, that happened a couple of times in that first period.
Wisconsin feeling good, looking to go to 9 straight wins. Coming up next, we'll chat with the organist for the New York Islanders, Paul Cartier, who's in the house. Wisconsin leads 4-1 after 1. Welcome back to the Compton Family Ice Arena. Steve Conroy, Connor Klingon, and we're very happy to be joined by the organist for the New York Islanders and the New York Yankees, Paul Cartier. Paul, thanks so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
Well, Paul, I think what a lot of people out there would like to know is how do you get into being a stadium organist?
I guess it's persistence and, of course, who you know. When I went to Hofstra University, one of my professors was the organist at the time. So he was getting up in age, and I was at the games all the time, and I mentioned that I played. They were bringing in an indoor soccer team back when that became a thing. and they needed an organist, so I got that job, and then immediately started filling in for him, and I think it was another 2 years later I was the top guy.
Hofstra University, right across the street from Nassau Coliseum. You were there for all 4 Stanley Cups. Just give us some of your memories of those days with the dynasty, the New York Islander teams from the early 80s.
You got to realize it's been blue and orange blood for me. I went to the first game I ever played when I was 12.
Yeah.
So it was kind of unbelievable, a dream job. And even to this day, you know, I follow the team. So, I mean, I remember right where I was when Van Nystrom scored the first overtime goal, and you know, the chills. The afternoon, I remember it was an afternoon game, hugging people, kissing people you didn't know. You know, and I remember, you know, they were so bad in the beginning. You never really, you know, it'd be a long time, and it was much faster than you thought.
Well, Paul, you also do the New York Yankees along with the Islanders. So what are some of the differences in how you approach a game as an organist between hockey and baseball?
Well, hockey is just so much faster, and at any given moment, you're going to get called on to play. In baseball, you know, I kind of know I get the foul ball, and, you know, it's just a slower pace, finish out the innings. So it's just a slower pace. But, I mean, you're still doing the same thing, trying to get the fans going. And I guess pretty much the same idea, both just a slower pace for baseball.
What is your favorite song to play? You play a number of different genres of great songs, slow songs, fast songs. What's your favorite?
It's kind of, well, we have an Islanders theme song we've had since the first year, and I finish out every period with, so that's a favorite, and it's a fan favorite too. Yeah. And at the stadium, believe it or not, take me out to the ball game, and then I followed the legendary Yankee organist Eddie Layton, who was there for 37 years, and I continued his tradition of New York, New York. So it's kind of like, I remember when I'd go to the game and you heard that, you knew it was almost time, and we've kept that going. I just finished 20 years with them now, so I'd say that's it. I mean, there's plenty of stuff to play, but those are just staples.
Yeah.
Well, awesome. That's an all-time classic. Paul, thank you so much for the time.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks to Paul Cartier for coming out this weekend here at the Compton Family Ice Arena. Wisconsin ahead, 4-1 after one. We'll have more coming up. Welcome back to South Bend. First intermission. Wisconsin ahead 4-1 over Notre Dame. Steve Conroy, Connor Klingen back here with you. And Steve, much different story than we saw last night, a high-scoring first period.
Yeah, it was. It was a track meet at times out there. Unfortunately for the Fighting Irish, just too many turnovers. And when you turn the puck over, especially against a talented Badger team, it's going to end up in the back of your net. And that's what happened early. You know, Jake Boltman, an opportunity to maybe go up the middle with it. It gets picked off by Whitelaw. That's a nice steal, and that's a maybe better shot just inside the post. That made it 1-0. Maddox Fleming tries to get it back to his point man. It gets picked off, and a nice pass here from Cruz Lucius to De St. Val, who came in late. Looked like Lucius maybe mishandled it, the original pass, but then the second one ends up on the stick of De St. Val. He makes no mistake about it. And then killing a penalty, got to try and get it down the ice. Even though you're on your backhand, it ends up on the stick of a Badger. And a nice pass here from Bantle to a streaking player coming in from the point. He puts it up. That's De St. Val again. He puts it up over the netminder. That made it 3-0, but an important goal for the Irish. Great play here by Tyler Carpenter. Takes the hit, makes the pass. Carter Slaggert finishes it off. He beats McClellan, who has been unbeatable up to this point, but he finds a spot over the shoulder. But then to close it out, even though it's 4-on-4, the Badgers pull their goalie, get a guy on the ice because of a delayed penalty, and Lucius, look at that pass. Perfect to Schultz, the defenseman who had slid down a wide open cage, and there we stand at 4-1.
Yeah, taking a look at the stats in this one, the shots wasn't too big of a spread considering what the score was, but Wisconsin just had some absolutely great looks in Notre Dame's zone.
Yeah, you know, old coach of mine, Bob Johnson, actually legendary coach for the Wisconsin Badgers, Badger Bob Johnson, would tell us, treat the puck like it's a $100 bill. You don't want to be giving it away. And unfortunately for the Fighting Irish, they gave it away on 3 separate occasions. All 3 times it ended up in the back of their net.
Wisconsin still has a little bit of power play time left over from the first period, just about 30 seconds. Notre Dame's able to clear it down to the other end onto the stick of McClellan.
Ooh, turnover.
Nearly a shorthanded opportunity for Notre Dame. 10 seconds left on that penalty. Drew Bavaro waiting to come out of the box. As Wisconsin skates in the zone with Lucius, saved by Bischel. Rebound swept away there by Sedum.
Been impressed with Cruz Lucius. That name might be familiar. His brother Chaz played at Minnesota a few years ago, and he was a first-round draft pick of the Winnipeg Jets. Cruz Lucius, a fourth-round pick of the Carolina Hurricanes. And yeah, he's been good. He's been noticeable in this hockey game. Just great puck skills. You know, not a huge guy, 6 feet, about 180 pounds, but boy, he treats that puck like it's on a string when he's got it on his stick.
And he's been very impressive. Quite a sophomore season for Lucius. As here's Silanov. Up ahead on the right side, goes sliding down. Another Badger player went flying as the net comes loose.
I think the Irish bench was looking for a possible penalty on this play. The defender was reaching in. I think it was Lodge. Almost looked like he tripped the forward. Watch number 2 here. He gets beat and there reaches. Oh, you know what? That's a good non-call. Silanov just lost his balance. Right there. It's not a trip. He's leaning in. I know the stick was in the area, but it looked like Silanov was going to head down anyway. So good non-call by the referees who, listen, we get the credit of slowing things down, watching replays. These guys are watching it at full speed at ice level. 9 times out of 10, they're getting it right.
Yeah, credit to them for the outstanding job that they do throughout the year.
It's Horvath right off the faceoff, and he's heading to the players' dressing room. He got hurt. I think he's favoring his left knee.
It's a sophomore out of Naperville, Illinois, one of 2 Naperville natives. Steve, that's kind of our neck of the woods there, Chicagoland area.
Well, this goes to show you how hockey's really taken off. You know, watch this first.
Here's Whitelaw, goes with a shot. Bischel stops it.
Big stop. You know, 5-1 hockey game, this game's over, but he keeps his team in it. If they get another goal, they're right back into it. Mentioned Horvath heading to the players' dressing room for the Wisconsin Badgers. Watch off the draw. He's on the left side of the screen. Oh, and he gets his leg taken out from under him. And from this angle, you're going to see it really well. That was Silanov battling Horvath and maybe twisted his knee a little bit. Hopefully we see him before the night's out.
And hopefully he's all right. And Tyson Dick going up against Cole Knuble on the faceoff. There's Dexheimer. Lotterchuk plays it down in behind where it's taken by Bischel. Moynihan over center ice. Knuble. Back for Bavaro. Bavaro. Shot blocked by Sam Stang. Dick over the line. Just missed the glove. Bischel. As it goes back towards center ice in the Notre Dame bench.
Delayed call here, and I'm not too sure. Was it behind the play? Let's listen for the call.
Previous play is under review.
We'll have a review.
You know, I saw Landon Slaggert come together with one of the Badger players, and it looked like the sticks came up. It was almost right in front of the penalty box, maybe a little closer towards center ice. And yeah, there's Slaggert.
They might be looking for contact to the head.
Yeah, he finished his check. And that was on Anthony Kerr. Now, you know, we saw this last night too, and it was a hit to the head, but it was just a 2-minute minor, not the 5-minute major. I think they're trying to figure out whether this is, you know, worthy of a 5-minute major. It certainly didn't look like it. It looked like Slaggert made contact with the upper body, you know, maybe the shoulder and then the head. And there's Mike Hastings, head coach for the Badgers. So the thing is, the beauty here is they get to look at it. It can be a 2-minute, a 5-minute, or no call. So let's get the call.
Notre Dame, number 19, 2 minutes for elbowing.
2 minutes.
2-minute elbowing call, so they deemed it wasn't a direct hit to the head. And once again, you see it's, you know, back in the day, I didn't even see the elbow. Maybe the follow through at the end earned him the elbow, but back in the day, that's a good play. That's a good hit. Not anymore, but you know, it's good. They want to take those headshots out of college hockey, and they're doing a good job here.
It's all about player safety, keeping everybody healthy as much as possible.
But Bantle makes a big difference on this power play. A big body in front, and he's really good at distributing the puck. When he gets it low, he had that great pass to St. Foul in the first period.
Badgers already with a power play goal tonight. Scored one last night as well. Good job by Fisher to take away that pass. Notre Dame will clear it down, bring some fresh legs onto the ice. Bexheimer drops it off. Bruce Lucius over the line. Jake Boltman trying to win the puck back for Notre Dame. It's a DeMastro Domenico who rifles it down to the other end.
Seen that a couple of times from the Irish now. Instead of, sometimes you don't have enough time to get it down the ice yourself, but you can bump it to your partner and he can get it down. Twice now, the Irish have done that, and both good decisions.
This pass ahead for Tassi. Over across Whitelaw. A lot of Chuck. Now Dick with a shot. Bishop got a piece of it as it went wide. Just over 40 seconds left on the power play for the Badgers. A lot of Chuck into traffic, and it squirts through. Simon Tassi makes it 5-1 Wisconsin.
Well, this is the second unit power play for the Badgers. They scored last night on the power play. They score again. Palachuk, good shot. I thought it got tipped a couple of times. I thought Whitelaw might have got a stick on it. You see the celebration from Tassi. Oh, that's all Tassi's goal. Really good job. Nothing Ryan Bishop could do. He was just trying to glove that, and he almost tipped it out of his glove. And it squeaks on by. Another power play goal for the Wisconsin Badgers. They had two in this game, but really a third one when they were 4-on-4. They pulled their goalie, so you know, in my books, that's like a power play goal. So special teams, again, very important.
Yeah, we mentioned in the open, that was a huge difference last night. It has been again tonight. And for Simon Tassi, his 10th goal of the season, and some pushing and shoving after the whistle here. Has to be some frustration for Notre Dame right now, Steve.
Yeah, they're not real happy. And I don't want to say they're embarrassed because they haven't been playing bad, but it's a 5-1 score. And yeah, you've got a short fuse when guys are jabbing at your goalie and trying to get another score, another goal, you know, running up the score. So it doesn't surprise me one bit. These are proud athletes. And Mike Hastings, I think, just trying to make sure his guys don't get too exuberant either. You know, the last thing he wants to see is guys taking needless penalties, guys possibly getting hurt. You know, play whistle to whistle. Go hard between the whistles, but as soon as the whistle sounds, skate away.
Yeah, we saw last night Palachuk picked up a game misconduct, and you have to be careful with those kind of things because it adds up. If you pick those up throughout the season, you're talking about suspensions when you have multiple, and so you can't allow, if one team's frustrated, you can't allow the retaliation to be more than that.
Notre Dame,
Yeah,
number
absolutely.
25, 2 minutes on sportsmanlike conduct.
Carter Slager down in the offensive zone. I don't think Jeff Jackson will be real happy with this. Carter Slager did score that goal in the first period, but down the ice in the offensive zone, unsportsmanlike. You know, I don't know whether he said something to the referee or is what he did on the ice, but I mentioned it. Yeah, just a reaction from Jeff Jackson. I don't think he was happy with the call. I think that's why he was shaking his head, but power play again for the Badgers.
Wisconsin 2 for 5 on the power play, or 2 for 4, I should say, this being their 5th opportunity. And they'll be happy with that. They came into this game just over 17%, but here comes Landon Slaggert, and a penalty coming here as well.
Shorthanded partial breakaway. I really like the play by Pluzinski in his own zone. You know, he started this shorthanded by getting it out. And we'll listen to the call.
Wisconsin number 4, 2 minutes for slashing.
Slashing's the call. It was on Slaggert who had the partial breakaway. But it started 200 feet away. Pluzinski gets it to a man who advanced it, and there's that partial break. Good call. He saw the slash on the hands of Slaggert. Real big stop by McClellan. But they'll get an opportunity here. 5 on, well, no, take that back. It's going to be 4-on-4 hockey for the next 95 seconds. And when Carter Slaggert comes out, they will have a brief power play.
Paul Fisher, Justin Janicki. Nice job by Vorlicki taking away that pass. Now here's Hunter Strand. Drew Bavaro over the line. Janicki had his shot blocked. Well done there by Scholes as he takes a shot from Janicki. Under a minute left on the Carter Slaggert penalty as Tassi works with the puck, skates it back out of the zone.
Good one-on-one there by Paul Fisher. Tassi's a pretty slippery player, very elusive, and Fisher played it perfectly.
Sawyer Scholl takes a bump from Sedum. Skates back towards the point, working with a backhand. Scholl circles back. Now Lach. For Scholl again. In behind the net. Scholl skates back once again. Here's Kerr. Badgers doing a nice job keeping puck possession.
They did, but I really like the D from the Irish. You know, man-to-man coverage and really keeping guys to the outside.
Cilia with a shot. Bischel makes the stop. It squirted into the crease. Off the bounce, off the boards there, and Bischel didn't see the puck for a moment. Thankfully for him, it wasn't a different bounce there. It could have bounced all the way into the back of the net. Nobody was there for Wisconsin either. Here's Knuble. Some speed from Landon Slaggert, but it's saved by McClellan.
Well, Connor, you noted that puck went off the end boards and then bounced back. See the shot off the blocker, off the bottom dasher, and then, yeah, right into the blue paint. Fortunately, 3 Irish players there. And a good thing it didn't go off the back of the leg of Ryan Bischel. Slaggert talking things over with Paul Fisher off this draw.
Knuble against Mellenbacher on the faceoff, and it's won by Cole Knuble. Now Bavaro down for Moynihan. Moynihan goes down to the ice. And this is going to draw another penalty.
Scholes got his stick into the legs of Moynihan. Moynihan had mishandled the puck, kind of lost it to the corner, but then he gets tripped.
Wisconsin number 5, minor penalty for tripping.
So tripping the call on Schultz. And this has been a constant special teams battle in period number 2. Looked like Moynihan was maybe losing his balance prior to making contact with the stick, but it doesn't matter. The referee was behind the play, and the Irish with the power play.
0 for 3 so far tonight. Notre Dame trying to get this power play going. Irish are 1 for their last 19 on the power play against Big Ten opponents. Doesn't include the series against Augustana in the non-conference.
Well, that's been an issue this year, and it was certainly an issue last night. Could have bailed them out, possibly got them a win in last night's game, and it hasn't gone much better in this one.
Here's Fleming. About a minute 20 left on the power play for Notre Dame. Seedham lays it back for the freshman Fleming. Working along the right side. Puts on the brakes. Back for Janicki. Now to the point. Moynihan into the slot. Fleming, he scores! Notre Dame draws closer. Second goal of the season for Maddox Fleming.
Watch his pass by Paul Fisher. Through 3 guys. A couple of Badgers and his own teammate who was kind of a decoy. It goes all the way to Maddox Fleming. Nice goal by Fleming. And a big power play goal for the Irish. The power play had struggled, but I love that pass through the decoy onto the stick of Fleming. He's got a wide open cage. And Paul Fisher continues to impress as the freshman. The other freshman, Fleming, with a power play goal, his second this year.
First time Wisconsin has allowed more than 1 goal since December 8th. Now, there was a holiday break in there, but they had the pair of shutouts last weekend. Allowed 1 goal in the second game against Penn State and 1 goal last night. Not an easy thing to do, put up a pair against McClellan, but Notre Dame's got a ways to go, trailing by 3 here. Wraparound attempt from Ali. Rebound from Janicki. Didn't get through.
Great awareness by Ali. Not only the stuff attempt, but then the pass. He was horizontal to the ice, in the air, and made a pass in front of the net, I believe, to Silanov. Ali's been noticeable in this hockey game.
Goal is giving Notre Dame a boost. Still plenty of time left in this one. Just about halfway through. Mellenbacher has some space. Mellenbacher, and the pass a little bit errant there, and Notre Dame clears it the other way.
Yeah, that was a good stick by Plusinski, who's had a real strong second period here. He just reached out, and that pass, that attempted pass, got deflected by that big stick.
Merlicki, Scholl, saved by Bischel. Carpenter. Up ahead for Knuble. Cole Knuble, saved by McClellan. Nearly a rebound opportunity for Carpenter. Couldn't quite corral it. Now Seedham. His shot attempt blocked. Moynihan, that gets deflected over the glass.
Well, you look at ebbs and flows of games, and Tyler Carpenter, who picked up an assist back in that first period, and all of a sudden the Irish, even though they're down 3, a little bit of momentum here. So we're only halfway through this hockey game. Still plenty of hockey to play. There's just got to be a belief. And I guess the other good thing, if you're looking at it, Connor, the fact that McClellan, who's only given up 1 goal in his previous 3 games combined, has given up 2 goals in this one. So
Landon Slaggert, it just went high.
What a chance that was. Landon Slaggert doesn't normally miss on those opportunities.
Wide open in the slot, and this will go for icing. Just over 10 minutes to go in the second period.
Well, the Irish end up with the puck. Moynihan just put it right into the wheelhouse. Maybe not right where he wanted it. And see him getting a pat on the back from assistant coach Paul Pooley. It's not the shot he wanted, but I don't think it was right where he wanted it either. And he wanted to one-time it. Unfortunately, just wedged it over the net.
Dexheimer lofts it near center ice. Bantle tied up with Justin Janicki near the Notre Dame bench. Now taken in behind by Fisher. Orbach lost his stick. Good to see him out on the ice after he went to the dressing room earlier. Got a little bit tied up. Moynihan. Now Strand circling. Mastro Domenico, the right point into traffic. Got blocked. Now Mastro Domenico gloves it. Back over for Moynihan. Knuble trying to get pass Orlicki, the Wisconsin captain. Mastro Domenico down low, and Landon Slaggert stuffs it home. Notre Dame's within 2.
Great puck battle here by Cole Knuble. Actually, this whole line, but watch 22 at the blue line. Kind of a 50-50 puck. Right there, he keeps it. He gets it to the wing. Actually, the defenseman really helped out too. And what a pass. Mastro Domenico to Landon Slaggert. That is a big-time hockey move. To take it, skate backwards, bring it back to your forehand, and tuck it inside the post. That is a beautiful all-around play. I think almost 5 guys on the Fighting Irish touched that puck before it ended up in the back of the net. But a couple of key board battles. Knuble was involved in one. The defenseman kept it into the blue line. And the Irish within 2.
13th goal of the season for Slaggert. Bringing a lot of energy to this crowd at Compton Family Ice Arena. Here's Silanoff. Plays it back, and another one! Brennan Ali! Just like that, Notre Dame within 1.
What of a turn of events it's been here at the Compton Family Ice Arena, and what a shot by Brennan Ali. Looks like this thing skips. Great breakout up the ice. That punch back by Silanoff. No, that didn't skip at all. That thing just a laser beam inside the post. But credit to Silanoff to win that race for the puck, to get it back to Ali. Oh, and it actually did skip. It went off a care and then bounced just inside the post. Nothing McClellan could do. And you heard from the official a timeout by Wisconsin. Mike Hastings, good timeout for his squad.
What a turn of events from last night. 9 combined goals. Wisconsin leads by 1, but Notre Dame coming back in this. Welcome back to South Bend. That is William Gramey, the backup goaltender for Wisconsin. Kyle McClellan has been pulled, and Steve, I think at a moment like this, Mike Hastings, he's had McClellan been one of the best goaltenders in the country throughout the year. And I think just for the young man's confidence after giving up 4, they had to make the change, and right away he's put to the test.
What a great first save. Grammy with the unbelievable stop. You come in cold. Justin Janicki with a puck on his stick 10 feet away, and that's a big-time stop.
Hunter Strand. Angled up there. Here's Jake Boltman.
And you're right, Connor, it is Gramey. I like saying Grammy.
That's what I call my grandma.
Well, you know, you look at this Wisconsin deal. Let's watch this first.
Here's Bavaro with a shot. Gramey makes the save up high, then went spilling down.
Well, unorthodox, but he's stopped a couple of point blankers.
Gramey originally from Sweden. As Bischel makes the save there.
This Wisconsin team's given up a total of 5 goals their last 5 games. They've given up 4, and we're not even through 2 periods. So, yeah, the Irish got to the goalers. And I don't want to make excuses, but you pointed this out in the warm-up. McClellan did take one off his finger on the blocker hand. And, you know, that, not that that affects your game because he made some real good saves, but, you know, that lingers and that hurts. And sometimes that can lead to some discomfort.
Yeah, you have to imagine that at least played some role in the way McClellan played tonight, although, you know, a lot of those goals for Notre Dame, he didn't have much of a chance to make the stop. Well, there's plenty of energy back in this building. When it was 5-1, you could hear a pin drop. Not anymore.
I can tell you from the bench, when you see a new goalie come in, it's like, guys, let's get some shots. He didn't expect to be in this game. He's going to be cold. Let's shoot everything whenever you get the chance.
There's Ali. And for Janicki down low. Played back out towards center ice where it's taken by Seedham. These are two of the best defensive teams in the Big Ten and the country. Wisconsin, the best in the country, 1.5 goals per game. And Notre Dame's put 4 on him. The Badgers with 5 on Ryan Bischel.
Yeah, in 21 games thus far, they've only allowed 31 goals. So
now Knubel with a shot. Rebound was loose. Nobody there. Bavaro whiffed on a shot attempt. Another one in the slot. Slaggert. Oh, what a save by Grimet.
Wow, that is a big-time stop. I mean, you don't understand the difficulty coming in cold and then being tested like 4 times already. That is best save thus far.
Here's Slaggert. Dumps it down to the corner. Notre Dame getting a change. Just over 5 minutes to go in the second period. Wisconsin outscored Notre Dame 4-1 in the first period. Notre Dame has outscored Wisconsin 3-1 in the second, but William Grimet has come in and made some nice saves.
Well, he looks big, he's playing big. He's 6'4", but look at this stop. I mean, number 34, Grimet, he's down in that butterfly, but I like how he gets across there and absolutely robs. That's Patrick Moynihan, who, if he had it back, might want to go a little higher. But listen, he's just trying to get a quick shot on net, and Grimet with an excellent stop.
Here's Mastro Domenico. Well, a lot of times when a backup goaltender comes in, there's a big drop-off. But with William Grimet, he's 2-0 when he has played this year, and he had a shutout in his debut, and that came against Alaska. And he was very close to winning the starting goaltending job in the preseason. And Kevin Murdoch, the goaltending coach, and Mike Hastings ended up deciding to go with McClellan given the work that he put in the offseason. But Grimet was close to winning that job. It was a battle.
Yeah, in fact, Mike Hastings told us that even the week before their first game, they didn't know who the starting goaltender was going to be. So it became McClellan. He ran with it, had a couple of shutouts in his first 2 games. But Grimet, well, he's making a real strong case for himself right now.
And you can see there, he's only allowed 1 goal this season. 8 stops on 50 of 51 shots entering this game.
Yeah, you're the backup goalie, and you got a .980 save percentage.
That's quite a luxury for Mike Hastings and the Badgers.
Well, and I think he's seen 4 shots already. Of those 4 shots, I'd say 3 were high danger chances. So he's come in, thrown into the fire, and he's proved his mettle.
There's Mellenbacher. Skating around in behind. Sawyer Scholl. A lot of Chuck. Now Dexheimer. That went wide.
Good awareness there by Bischel, realizing that coming off the end dasher and just poked it away.
A lot of Chuck. Into the face-off circle. Had his shot blocked. Now Dexheimer able to keep it in. Not quite.
Good call by the linesman, who was right on the blue line. Dexheimer put palms up, but that was a good play.
Please welcome tonight's Fighting Irish student honorary.
Well, because we took our timeout during the coach's timeout, they have an official timeout on the ice, so you'll see some people skating around, cleaning up the ice. And Ryan Bischel getting a well-deserved rest. Now, keep in mind, Ryan Bischel, yeah, he's allowed 5 goals. He's made some big stops here in the second period. So should this team come back and possibly win this hockey game, you've got to look at some of those saves. Even though the save percentage won't be what it normally is, a real good job by him.
And Ryan Bischel feels like he deserves this type of game from his teammates to get 4 goals. After he's given up 5, they've stepped up, and that probably plays a little bit into his teammates' psyche there. Hey, Ryan Bischel has kept us in so many games throughout the year. He gave up 5, a few of them not his fault, but they've been able to come back in this one.
Well, you look at the number of saves, and last year he led NCAA hockey with the number of shots he faced. This year, again, he's right up there. Chad Veltri, number 1, but Ryan Bischel not too far behind. And right now, the Irish out shooting the Badgers unofficially 27-21.
But it's just his composure back there. And Coach Jackson talked about the former goalie himself, Jeff Jackson. He said he's calm, cool, and collected. And that kind of filters down through the rest of the team. And even when they were down, what was it, 5-2 at one point?
5-1.
5-1 at one point. The team, and you touched on it, still has that confidence. We got Ryan Bischel back there. Let's start chipping away at this. And that's exactly what they did. And they're right back in this hockey game.
Last time Wisconsin allowed 4 goals was November 17th against Michigan State. They had only allowed 6 goals in the 8-game winning streak, and they've allowed 4 tonight.
Nice play by Vorlicki there, falling down. He kept that away from Silanov, who might have been off to the races. Vorlicki, the captain's had a couple of strong games here for the Badgers. He's got the puck right now.
Graduate student out of Edina, Minnesota. And Mike Hastings told us earlier this week it was important for those players that carried over from Coach Granato that they bought in to what he's been doing. And Mike Vorlicki definitely a big part of that.
Yeah, Mike went out of his way to talk about the foundation that Tony Granato laid, and our thoughts and prayers with Tony Granato, and apparently feeling a lot better. I think he might be on the Chicago Blackhawks broadcasts upcoming.
Yeah, that's great to hear, and echoing what you said, Steve, definitely sending our thoughts and prayers to Tony Granato.
Well, one thing about Tony, I played against him a number of years. I know him off the ice. He's a battler, and he's got a strong family, and you know he's going to come out on top of this one.
Absolutely. There's a save by Grimet.
Yeah, finally a clean save. Now, we've seen the puck come off his body a few times, some scrambling saves, but that time, and look at his size. I mean, he's 6'4", and he is all of that. You mentioned grew up in Stockholm, Sweden. Freshman netminder. Pretty athletic for a big man.
Master Domenico. That got redirected in traffic. Taken there by Horbach. Cole Knubel over the line. Puts on the brakes. Cross for Master Domenico. And Grimet with the save. Nearly a great pass. Just missed the stick of Knubel.
Yeah, Moynihan might have been trying to bank that off of Grimet, who lost his net.
Now Sedum with a shot. It went wide off the stick of Moynihan. And the Badgers the other way. Big hit into the bench. Wow. Tyson Dick went flying into the Wisconsin bench.
Master Domenico has had a real physical weekend here for the Irish.
Under a minute to play in the second period. So here's Hunter Strand. And Grimet makes the stop.
Take a look at that hit by Master Domenico. He lines the man up, he hits him, and the momentum carries Tyson Dick into the players' bench. Hunter Strand had a good night in the faceoff dot. After 2 periods, he was a little over 66%.
Notre Dame with a faceoff win here. Bavaro right in front. Grimet made the stop. 40 seconds left in the second period. Cilia had it taken away. Strand with the pass. Janicki is there in the slot. Nobody there for Notre Dame. Now under 30 seconds left in the middle period. East St. Foul for Cilia. And a whistle here with 20 seconds to go in the second.
Well, Notre Dame has had 19 shots in this second period. Not very often you put up 19 shots on this Wisconsin team. But the Badgers have been on their heels for a good portion of the latter half of the second period. And surprising to say, if not for the play of Grimet, This could be a tie hockey game.
32-21. Notre Dame has the edge in shots for the game right now.
Well, that's 20 shots this period then. My bad.
Final seconds winding down in the second. 3 seconds left, and Bischel freezes the puck there with 1 second to go.
Yeah, why not? Just calm things down, settle things down. He's got a lot of confidence in the face-off men that he's got on his team. I would think Mellenbacher, who's taking this, might try to shoot this right off the drop. He's a left shot on the left dot. Let's see what he does.
Going up against Knuble. And that'll do it for the second period. And what a second period it was. Wisconsin, they were ahead 5-1. Notre Dame has come back, pulled within 1. Steve, your thoughts on this second period?
Well, you know, Big Ten hockey, normally low chances, low events, but that was high flying, wild and willy, wide open, and I can't wait for the third.
Should be a fun finish. Coming up at the intermission, we'll see Brian Russ, road to the pros, and we'll also take a look at the highlights and stats from the second period. Wisconsin led in this game 5-1. Notre Dame has scored 3 straight. Should be a great ending to this one in South Bend. 5-4, the Badgers ahead after 2. There were just 3 total goals last night between Wisconsin and Notre Dame. Tonight, through 2, there's been 9. Wisconsin ahead 5-4 as we welcome you back in. Steve Conroy, Connor Klingen. Wisconsin was ahead 5-1, and then what changed?
Well, momentum, and that happens in hockey game, and that's why I love this sport. You never know what's going to happen. They get that next one, they get to within 3, and then all of a sudden, you know, they start to take control.
And Notre Dame certainly did do that. As we take a look at the goals from that second period, it was the Badgers getting on the board first in the second with Simon Tassi.
Yeah, on the power play, parked out in front, really good eye-hand coordination, puts it in. As you mentioned, that makes it 5-1. You think maybe game, set, match, but the power play strikes. Paul Fisher to Maddox Fleming. That's a great pass. That's a great finish. That gets them going. And then I like the work along the blue line here. Cole Knuble to Master Domenico. He gives it to Slaggert. And Slaggert does an unbelievable job of dragging it from his backhand to his forehand, putting it between the pipes, and they don't stop there. I like this breakout by Ryan Seedham off the glass. Silanoff gets on his horse, beats a couple of guys to it. Great shot there by Brennan Ali. That gets them right back in the hockey game. That was the end of the night from Kyle McClellan. Vermey comes in, and he does a real good job. I mean, they weren't clean saves, but they were big saves. See him fighting the puck off here, unorthodox at time, but he gets the job done. And here his best stop of that second period on Moynihan, a point blanker. Does a good job getting from his left to his right, and he keeps the 1-goal difference for his team.
Well, who would have expected a graphic like that after last night? These are 2 of the best defensive teams in the Big Ten, and what's going to be the key to this third period, Steve?
Well, there's a belief now, I think, for the Fighting Irish. Listen, Wisconsin, one of the best offensive teams in all the NCAA ranks, so they know they can score some goals. They just have to keep advancing the puck. They spent very little time in their own zone. The breakouts were a lot better, so keep breaking the puck out and play in the opposition zone.
Should be a fantastic finish. Wisconsin ahead 5-4. Third period is coming up. Welcome back to the Compton Family Ice Arena. Just about ready to start the third period between Wisconsin and Notre Dame. And each of these games so crucial when you look at the Big Ten standings. Wisconsin moved into first last night, looking to stay there.
Well, with the regulation win, it's 3 points, and that certainly helps your point total. But maybe more importantly for Notre Dame, in the pairwise, you knock off the 5th-ranked Wisconsin Badgers. That helps you in the pairwise standings. You can really jump up in that category. So Jeff Jackson talked about it. These 3-point games, so important within your own conference, and you can do yourself a huge favor, especially when it comes to the pairwise.
So Wisconsin wins the faceoff to start the third period. Of course, Notre Dame just missed the NCAA tournament last year when they lost to Michigan State in the Big Ten tournament. So Coach Jackson and this entire team well aware of how crucial each of these Big Ten games are. What a save by Gramey, but his stick broke. where he lost it.
That might have gone off the post, Connor. It looks like he broke a stick, so the defender
He's got a
has given him
skater stick now. Yeah.
That's a real smart play by, it was actually a forward out there, Horbach, who gave him a stick. That's a smart play. Now watch this shot. Drew Bavaro did a great job at the point. The shot, oh,
snap.
You're absolutely right. I thought it hit the post. That hit his stick. Good call by you. And what a stop, maybe lucky stop by Gramey, who had it rip that shaft in half. So it shows you the velocity on the shot, and maybe dodged a bullet there. But
he's got a shiny new one. But we'll see if he's used to it. I would hope it's probably about the same stick that he had. Here's Knuble. Tried to get it to Slaggert, who was waiting there, but Cruz Lucius brings it the other way. Shoots it down into the corner. Tied up along the boards by Cito. Now Vorlicki plays it around the boards, where Scholes gets to it. Lucius taking off the puck, and Cito waits in behind. Now landed Slaggert. Slaggert with one of those goals in the second period for Notre Dame, but he skates off. Notre Dame getting a change. This goes off the stick of Whitelaw. He opened up the scoring tonight. Wide angle shot. Bischel made the save. Puck still loose. Mastro Domenico able to get to it. Cleared down to the other end. Tracked down there by Latch. Jake Boltman. Now Latch. Bit of a soft shot there. Here's Silanoff. Boltman near the goal line. Puts it into the slot. Puck's loose right out in front of the crease. Still might be loose down there. Notre Dame digging at it. It goes in behind the net.
Oh, two really big stops by Gramey. I think Ali had the best look right there.
Whitelaw with some speed the other way. Takes a bump from Mastro Domenico. Now Dexheimer on the near boards. And Mastro Domenico takes the puck back, takes a shot from Scholl, but Notre Dame with an opportunity the other way. Fleming is saved by Gramey.
Wow. Talked about the master class in goaltending last night. We're getting a master class in goaltending from Gramey. He has come in and looked, I mean, unorthodox at times, but you talk about 10 or 12 shots he has faced. I'm going to say 8 of them high danger chances.
Well, you don't expect that Kyle McClellan will lose his job just for one rough night, but William Gramey, the good news for Mike Hastings is he's just a freshman, so he's got a couple more years.
And that's the thing, you know, you got a stopper back there, so it's pretty good 1A or 1B option to have. And in case you're wondering, let's watch this play first.
So here's Slaggert. A little bit of contact in behind the net. Now Jaden Davis. Into the corner, just off the stick of Tyler Carpenter. Now Carpenter right in behind. Tried to center it. Badgers get the puck back.
Good fourth line shift though. You know, they didn't really threaten, but they controlled the puck along the boards. Really good cycles down low.
Silanoff to Carpenter. Gramey with the stop.
Just getting back to my point, Gramey played North American hockey in the NAL, the North American Hockey League, with the Lone Star Brahmas. So he was down in Texas last year, played very well there also. And he's continued his stellar play here in North America.
Janicki, it's loose. It skipped right over the glove of Gramey. Now Cilia along the near side. Dexheimer. And Paul Fisher pokes it free to the other end. Palachuk. Over for Dexheimer, who circles. Now Knuble. Up ahead there for Moynihan. Slaggert shrieking down the other side. Pass didn't get to him.
Good job by Palachuk. You know, that's a dangerous play sometimes. You can't deflect it into your own net. You just got it harmlessly in the corner.
Here's Tassi. Had that goal in the second period. Bischel makes the save.
No rebound, real important. There's Jake Boltman. Jake Boltman did a real good job a couple of shifts ago down low. He jumped in from the point. He's making things happen. There's Boltman. Watch him throw it to the front. It goes off a couple of bodies. The stop by Grammy, and then, oh, that second save there. Even a couple. That is just great awareness. Strength in that pad, and there's a huge hit by Scholl on Mastrodomenico, who's dished out a couple of big hits himself, so maybe that's a little bit of payback from Scholl. But that's a good, clean, open ice hit for the Badger defenseman.
Stramo along the near side. Works the puck free. Went onto the stick of Plusinski.
I said the Badger defenseman. He's the Badger winger, Sawyer Scholl.
Now Hunter Strand had his stick tied up. Badger was able to get it back for Scholl. That shot just went high off the stick of Mellenbacher. Ehrlicke along the blue line. Scholl had his shot affected there by Fleming. Now Seedham over to Plusinski. Hunter Strand at center ice.
That's how Ryan Seedham settles things down. You know, the breakup, there's nothing there. He just circles back, you know, regroup. Let's make sure we're making good passes, and they get it out easily.
Zach Scholes played with the stick by Bischel. Down to the other end, deflected there. So they try to get it up ahead for Horbach, and this one will go for icing.
Well, good start to the period for the Fighting Irish. A good chunk of the game has been played. The first 6.5 minutes has been played down in the Wisconsin zone. There you see the shot to the ribs of Paul Fisher by Horbach. No love lost between these two teams, these two programs. And there you see the shots by period. Dominating second period by the Irish and a dominating third to start.
Here's Bantle. Bischel able to make the pad save. Now Janicki for Strand. Strand circles back. Skates towards the slot. Shoots. Gramey with the save.
Fought that off, but made a real good stop with the blocker. Not sure that would have counted, though, because it looked like it could have been offside 15 seconds earlier, but it doesn't matter. Gramey with a big stop.
Now Bavaro dumps it down. Lucius for D. St. Phal. 2 goals tonight for Matthew D. St. Phal. Wisconsin legacy. Of course, his dad won a national championship back in 1983.
Showed a picture of his dad last night in the broadcast, and
I saw that.
He looked like an early 80s college player.
Definitely a little old school, longer hair, had the facial hair going. Cilia up ahead to Tassi at center ice. Lays it back, Dexheimer. Dexheimer skates around, and he scores! Ben Dexheimer makes it a 2-goal lead for the Badgers.
What a big time play this by the defenseman Dexheimer, who's got great mobility, great deception. He fakes the shot on this side. He goes around the net. Not a lot of room to put that in. You see the full splits there from Ryan Bischel, but he got him to go down, then banks it off his leg going around. You know, Mike Hastings talked about his play, the way he skates so well, the way he camouflages passes and shots. And that was just a a great example there from Ben Dexheimer, his 3rd goal of the year.
Huge goal for the Badgers. Turned the momentum a little bit in this game after 3 straight Notre Dame goals. And you have to give credit to William Grimet for the big-time saves that he's made in this sequence. He came into a 1-goal game, kept it at that, and now he's got a little bit of breathing room.
Oh, you hit the nail right on the head. You know, what could have been. And even though Notre Dame was down by a goal, they had the better of the play. They probably had 7 or 8 great scoring chances, high-danger chances. And Grimet, well, he stopped all 16 shots he'd faced. I'd say more than half of those high-danger opportunities. And you hold the other team at bay, and you get an opportunity down the other end. You make good on it, and all of a sudden, you get the momentum.
Another quick shot there, deflected high, out of play, off the stick of Stramel.
Yeah, that was a good stop there. It might have been Whitelaw with the shot. Really good stop by Ryan Bischel. Just makes himself bigger. You know, goes off his shoulder, but Whitelaw was trying to put that upstairs. And he makes the stop. No, all's not law. And I know there's been a lull in this game now, and maybe the fans aren't into it. But Notre Dame realizes they're just 2 goals back. Still 11.5 minutes to go here. And they have carried the play for a period and a half. So just important to them. Don't give up the next goal.
One of the officials went down to the ice there. Hopefully he's all right. So here's Bavaro. Looking along the far side, and Grimet swallows it up.
It was Bavaro who put it off the knob of the stick of Grimet earlier in this 3rd period. It broke the stick, but that was labeled for inside the corner.
Well, new stick, no problem for William Grimet.
No, not at all.
Now, Steve, I'm curious, usually with the goaltenders you played with, how many backup sticks would they bring to a game?
Oh, the goalies have at least 4 backup sticks. You know, each of the players, I believe, comes with 6 sticks. So, you know, no chance of running out of twigs on the bench. And for Grimet, you know, I mentioned last year played with the Lone Star Brahmas, the North American Hockey League team. You know, prior to that, he played in Europe. So you play on a wider ice surface. It's a lot different for goaltenders. It's 15 feet wider, so it's, you know, 100 wide by 200 long. Here it's 200 long by 85 feet wide. So sometimes you have to work on your angles. And, you know, he has adapted very well. Obviously last year in North America and the USA, or the NAL, but he's done a real good job. That's an area of the game that European goaltenders really have to adapt to.
And as we mentioned earlier, he is likely the future goaltender for the Badgers after Kyle McClellan moves on after this year. It's Cruz Lucius in the Notre Dame zone. Lucius lays it back. Descent foul. Now Scholes. His shot blocked. Up ahead for Trevor Janicki. Janicki trying to get to that puck. Lays out. Couldn't quite get his stick to it.
Good second effort there from Trevor Janicki. Dove, tried to chop that puck, then got to his feet again because he was heading hard to the boards.
Now Fisher for Bavaro. Fisher over the line. Brennan Ali. He tallied one of the 4 Notre Dame goals tonight. Back Bavaro. That got all the way to the pad of Grimet, but no harm, no foul.
Bavaro's made some really good decisions at the blue line with the puck. You know, that one that broke the stick of the netminder, but, you know, getting pucks through, deft little fakes to get the guy out of the shooting lane, and ooh, gosh, the lines were just going in the back. That's going to leave a mark.
Justin Janicki puts on the brakes. Plusitsky with a rip, but the glove saved by Grimet. And William Grimet has made his mark on this game. Came in to a 1-goal game. The Badgers have made it a 2-goal lead. Wisconsin trying to hang on. Just under 9 minutes to go here in South Bend. It's a 6-4 lead for Wisconsin. Welcome back to the Compton Family Ice Arena. Mike Hastings in his first year as the head coach at Wisconsin, but going back to his playing days at St. Cloud State, part of the Huskies program, and he had the nice hockey hair going.
Yeah, all business up front, party in the back. He's changed a little bit over the years.
Just a little bit.
It's all business now. And he is one of the finest coaches in NCAA hockey. You know, in our conversation with him, he's great to talk to. He's always learning and, you know, passing a lot of that knowledge on to these young student athletes.
Orbach trying to wrap it around with a backhand. Bischel denied it that time. Offside play here. 8:37 to go in the third period. 6-4, Wisconsin ahead.
Ryan Bischel has been a little busier these last few minutes, and watch right on the doorstep. You know, down, sprawled, but he makes the stop right there. Wasn't coming towards him, but he just wanted to make sure that nobody else could get to it.
Cole Knuble wins the faceoff. Seedham plays it around the end boards. Taken there by Warlicki.
Yeah, they had to double back because Fighting Irish were offside, so they couldn't put pressure on the puck. Everyone had to tag up outside the blue line.
Off it down towards center ice. Henry Nelson.
I like that play by Henry Nelson. They punted the puck. They lofted it. He gloved it down and then just took it to the net himself.
Now Moynihan with a shot, but Grimet once again says no.
Moynihan's had a number of good looks in this game. Nelson with a shot just seconds earlier, and should point out Henry Nelson, the brother of Danny Nelson, who yesterday won a gold medal with Team USA.
Along with Quinn Finley for the Wisconsin Badgers, representatives of Team USA at World Juniors.
There's Henry. And we just saw that Moynihan shot. And again, Grimet makes the stop, but a rebound. And that's one thing we have seen. He's made the stops, but there has been loose change.
Now Carpenter had a shot blocked. Fisher tracks it down. Ali to Slaggert. Tried to get it back for him. D. St. Phal on the puck now. Cilia over the line with a shot. Pad save by Bischel. D. St. Phal went down to the ice, and Carter Slaggert brings it out of the Notre Dame zone.
They were tired. He didn't have a lot of support, so good job by Carter Slaggert to make the red line. You know, he throws that down prior to the red line. It's icing, so he paid the price. He had to take a hit, but he made the play.
Seedham tracks it down over to Mastro Domenico. Long pass ahead. Silanoff delivers a hit there to Palatichuk. And this will go for an icing once again. Under 7 minutes to go. And a 2-goal lead for Wisconsin.
Well, an important face-off here for the Irish. And it's almost even after 2 periods. It was 51% in the face-off dot for the Badgers, 49% for Notre Dame. But this is a huge draw for Hunter Strand.
Badgers come away with it. Owen Mellenbacher getting the face-off win. Here's Whitelaw. William Whitelaw. He's into Hunter Strand, now Bantle. And Bischel able to glove it.
Bantle, that big body who did not play last night because of illness. 6'5", 210 pounds, and he takes this shot from range. What I like about this save is Ryan Bischel had to fight through traffic. You know, he had to locate this puck. A couple of bodies in front of him, but he spotted it. There's Bantle on the bench.
And he started his career at Michigan Tech, transferred to Wisconsin 21-22 season. Been with the Badgers for a few years now. Orbach taking some contact there from Nelson. Just past Orlicki there near the Notre Dame bench, and it's taken by Scholes. Back down there by Henry Nelson. Hunter Strand dumps it down.
It's a good breakup by the Irish. The reverse from Henry Nelson. You get guys going one way, you throw it back the other to your defense partner, and then an easy breakout from that point.
Musinski in behind the net. Now Moynihan over the blue line. Moynihan. Oh, that went wide. Angled off the Badger bench. And Tassi with a long-range shot that goes wide of the glove of Bischel. Just over 5 minutes to play, a 6-4 lead for Wisconsin, looking for a sweep and a 9th straight victory.
You'd have to think that if it's still a 2-goal game, maybe around the 3-minute mark, a little under 3 minutes, Jeff Jackson will pull his netminder. Still got plenty of time till that point.
Glove save made there by Ryan Bischel. Well, there's still nearly 5 minutes to go, but a game like tonight, obviously Wisconsin has been red hot, but this might even open some eyes around the Big Ten to say, oh, well, they won a 6-4, a high scoring type game, because there might be a point where if McClellan has an off night, if he gets hurt, something happens, to show that they can win a hockey game in a different way.
Well, yeah, and that's something that their coach Mike Hastings talked about, scoring and scoring by committee, and it's not just one line, and even tonight kind of bears that out. You get 3 lines, all contributing. And should they go on to win this game, we mentioned it earlier, it's worth mentioning again, that'll be a 9-game winning streak, something they haven't done for 33 years. 1990, the last time they did that.
Here's Lucius. Oh, nearly set up D. St. Foul. Could have had a hat trick. That pass was on target.
Yeah, that's what Lucius was looking to do. Unfortunately, just a little behind D. St. Foul.
Badgers next weekend will step back into non-conference play, taking on Lindenwood. There's a big shot near center ice delivered by Whitelaw.
And they pulled the goalie, 4 minutes to go, so they pulled it a little earlier than I thought.
Nelson. May got a piece of that with a glove. Shot down to the other end, and this will go for icing, just missing the net. Nearly an empty netter, and that would have been the final nail in the coffin for Notre Dame.
Did not miss by much. Mike Hastings quickly called the 5 guys on the ice over to the bench to tell them what he wanted off the faceoff. Referee did a good job because it's not a timeout. You got to line up for the faceoff right away. So those guys are a little tired. Let's see if Cole Knuble can win an important draw here.
Notre Dame with the net empty. Faceoff in Wisconsin zone, and Irish will take a timeout here, given the importance this moment, trying to make it a 1-goal game. Let's take a look at the upcoming schedule for Notre Dame. They will continue in the Big Ten. They'll head to Columbus and take on Ohio State, and then Penn State at home. There's really no breaks in the Big Ten, Steve.
Not really, not when you look at it. Ohio State maybe not having the type of season they want, but they're still a tough out. And of course, Penn State top 20, Michigan State currently ranked 8th. They have beaten some quality teams. Wisconsin, Minnesota, yeah. It doesn't get any easier. And of course, all these home games right here on Peacock. And that's Paul Pooley drawing up what he would like to see happen. Shots now 44-30 in favor of Notre Dame. And I don't know this officially because I haven't looked at their numbers, but I don't think Wisconsin has given up 44 shots this year.
It's not an easy thing to do. The average against the Badgers this season is under 27. That's what they're typically allowing per night.
Well, with the face-off on the right side, Cole Knuble, the right shot will take it. He's trying to pull it back on his backhand. Well, let's see what he can do. It's up against Mellenbacher.
Again, the net empty for Notre Dame. Irish do win the face-off. Landon Slaggert in behind. Poked down into the corner. Here come the Badgers with a rip from Whitelaw. And that misses the net. No icing, but another opportunity. And that one is home for a goal. Carson Bantle. And that might do it for this one. 7-4 Badgers.
Not sure why that wasn't icing. I thought that came from this side of the red line. Oh, unless, you know what, they waved it out. I'm wondering if it maybe hit an Irish player, and that was the reason. But a wide open look for Carson Bantle, the big body who did not play last night, gets into the game tonight, and he's been a factor. That's his 8th goal this year, and that should seal it for Wisconsin.
Bantle had an assist as well earlier tonight, and some of the fans starting to head for the exits as it's a 3-goal lead for the Badgers.
I think if you're Notre Dame, you look back on this game, especially the start. Turnover here.
Another chance for the Badgers, and Bischel makes the save on this one.
And that's what I was going to talk about, is the turnovers. The first 3 goals, you know, you've got control of the puck and you give it to them and they score. Those are freebies. And, you know, this is basically a 1-goal game for most of the 3rd period. You have those 3 goals back and it's a totally different hockey game. So it's a learning experience. There's a lot of young freshmen in this Notre Dame team. You sometimes have to go through games like this, but puck management, so important.
Well, we did see last year Notre Dame start to heat up near the second half of the season towards the end of Big Ten play. Still some time to go here, month of January and February. So definitely some time for Notre Dame to work their way back in the Big Ten standings. Most important thing is trying to get home ice for the Big Ten tournament. You're in that top 4. There's a shot that just went wide. Mason Dick just over 2 minutes to go. There's Dick once again with a pass for Tassi. It just went wide of the net.
Good dive there by Carter Slaggert. Could have been a one-timer by Tassi. But Carter Slaggert dove, and I believe he redirected that pass just before it got to his stick.
Mellenbacher lost it to Strand. What a night it's been for William Brumet, coming in to a 5-4 hockey game. And, you know, really, I think you have to say he's the most valuable player of this game for Wisconsin, despite the fact they put up 7 goals. You wouldn't expect to be a goaltender, but he really quieted things and changed this game.
Well, he came in with a .980 save percentage. He's perfect here, so that, believe it or not, will increase. And you're right. The Irish had 5 or 6 good looks right at the end of that second period, and he stopped them all, and he's done here the same here in the 3rd period.
Notre Dame takes it away behind the net. With the loss tonight, the Irish will fall back to the 500 mark, 10-10-2. Meanwhile, Wisconsin on their way to their 18th victory, which leads the nation.
18 wins. They had 13 last year, and they still have a bunch of games to play here in January, February, and the very beginning of March.
Notre Dame number 24, 2 minutes cross-checking.
A penalty here on Drew Bavaro, but Wisconsin hockey, it's great to see this program where they are this season. It's one of those things, college hockey is better when Wisconsin hockey is strong and among the national contenders. And you take a look at the upcoming schedule for the Badgers, again, a non-conference series. Then they get a bye before they head to Michigan.
Yeah, relatively easy schedule here on in. I mean, they do have to play Notre Dame again, Minnesota top 10. But yeah, you know, I look at this team now, not a lot of weaknesses, and now you know you've got two goaltenders. McClellan was fantastic last night. Tonight, Gramey comes in and absolutely stands on his head. So they're deep at all four forward positions. They've got plenty of defensemen and two world-class netminders.
Slaggert taking off the puck, just about 20 seconds to play here, and the Badgers on the power play. As Mellenbacher brings it over the line, circles back. Now to the other end with 5 seconds. And Gramey can just hold on to the puck as Wisconsin wins it 7-4, and they clinch a sweep in South Bend and win their 9th straight game.
Yeah, pretty impressive for this Badger team. A lot of people didn't know what to expect from them when the season started. They have been lights out, and for the Fighting Irish, listen, they made a game of it. They were down 5-1 at one point. They got it to 5-4. They couldn't solve Gramey, who came in relief. And even though we can't pronounce his name, or I can't pronounce his name, he is a good one.
Really strong night for William Gramey and the Wisconsin Badgers as they win it over Notre Dame. So, for my partner Steve Conroy, our producer Derek Coleman, and our entire crew, I'm Connor Klingen saying so long from the Compton Family Ice Arena, where Wisconsin wins it over Notre Dame 7-4. Have a great rest of your Saturday night, everybody.